both here. I'm so happy that, you've both found the time to be here. Now, I know that you've wanted to work together for quite some time. Paul, what was it that first drew you to Kerry?
Well, I mean, what didn't? You know, I was a huge Scandal fan, and then a good friend of ours, Betsy Beers, is one of the producers on the show, and so I was like, I have to meet Kerry. But then when I saw her host SNL, I was like, oh my God, she's hilarious. So that was it.
I mean, you like I am sure are a huge Paul Feig fan.
Huge fan. I mean, when I saw Bridesmaids, I was like, this is my favorite movie ever made, and it just felt like a party. Like I wanted to be at that party with those girls, and I was like, who directed this? So I was so excited.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes when you watch films and they look like they're having a great time, you feel excluded.
Yes, it's true.
You do, but often in your films, Paul, you just want to be there, and it feels like you're included in all the fun. How do you do that?
Well, I always say I want my movies to feel like a party, you know, and so it just comes from we have a great script, but then we play around when we get down there, and they surprise me with jokes, and I surprise them with jokes, and you just wanted to feel like you're there watching with them.
Well, if we're talking of parties, it's obviously Halloween, and Kerry Washington, don't bother with the costume, because Kerry Washington has won Halloween with this Lionel Richie. I mean, it's absolutely exceptional. What was it? What made you settle on Lionel here?
I'm a huge Lionel Richie fan. Like most kids had posters of teeny boppers, or and I had a Lionel Richie poster in my bedroom growing up as a little girl. I just have always. I probably still now would cry if "Hello" came over the.
Well,
you
posted a video. We got you in action. Look at this. Look at Kerry Washington here. This song.
So good, right?
Fails. I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
I love that your caption for that was, I'm going to torture my children all night long.
All night long.
Did Lionel Richie see that?
He did. He reposted it. And actually his daughter, Nicole, commented. And I was like, oh, Nicole, I've never felt closer to you than in this moment, like your dad.
I mean, Paul, what was your favourite Halloween costume as a kid when you were growing up?
Well, weirdly, let's say I have an ego. My mom had this wig that I thought was really nice, so I go, oh, I'll dress up like a girl. And I dressed up like a girl, and I kind of fell in love with myself. I thought I was so beautiful as a girl. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there you go. So, yeah.
His favorite costume was himself.
Yeah. Now, Paul, you've been spending a lot of time in my hometown of London. Now, I understand... I want to know all about this. You recently had an audience with King Charles.
You did?
How did this happen? Tell me everything.
I'm good friends with an author named Santa Montefiore, who's a good friend of ours, and she's good friends with, at the time, Prince Charles. And she said, for your 60th birthday, yes, it happened, she said, I'm going to take you to tea with Prince Charles.
Oh, my God.
And so a friend of mine drilled me, said, when you meet the prince, what you have to do is you have to snap your head down, you have to go, nice to meet you, Your Royal Highness. So I'm like, practicing, nice to meet you, Your Royal Highness. I walk in, there he is. I'm nervous. I go, nice to meet you, Your. And I just blew all the air out of my lungs by doing that. And I was like, oh no, am I going to be beheaded now? Like what? And I looked up, he's like, hello, nice to meet you. And so, okay, so. But then I ended up making a martini for now the king. So
no, you didn't.
Wow.
You fixed. Stop.
Yes.
You fixed a martini for King Charles.
Crazy.
Wow.
You know, what are you going to do?
And how long were you there?
An hour and a half tea, and then it was lovely. We had a great time.
What time of day was this?
This was tea time.
How does he like his martini?
Very dry, like mine.
Very dry.
Yeah, I love making martinis. This is my one superpower, but they're very dry.
He has a lot of superpowers.
A lot of superpowers. I mean, if we're speaking of heads of state, and like you've been spending time with someone who I consider to be American royalty.
Yes.
You've been spending time out with Stacey Abrams.
Yes,
Talk to me, what's that been like? How's it been out on the campaign trail?
It's so fun. I really like to, when I'm not working, I love to be able to get out there and just remind people how important our vote is, because we live in a democracy and every vote counts and every vote matters, and midterms are so important. Next week, I'm actually going to, I love Stacey, and everybody in Georgia, I love Stacey. I want you to get out there and vote. I'm going to be next week in Arizona and Nevada and Michigan and Pennsylvania, just really encouraging people in these key states to get out and vote, because midterms are when your local electors are chosen.
It's hugely vital.
Yeah, so important.
And how does Stacey Abrams like her martini?
I don't know. I didn't get to Fix
maybe
her,
that's what you should do
Martini.
next week.
I'm going
Bring
to.
me along.
Yes.
Next week.
I did get her dancing, though. We went to the homecoming at Spelman and Morehouse, and I did get her dancing out in the streets, which was very fun.
Well, we love her at this show. She is exceptional. She really is. Paul, we found an early television appearance of yours, and I want to talk to you about it. This is you. I don't know how old you are here, Paul, but this is you as a contestant on a game show.
Yes.
Look at you.
What was the show, and
I know.
when was this from?
The $25,000 Pyramid. It was 1985. I had a haircut like a toilet brush at the time. And I ended up winning.
handsome.
I
Did
actually
you?
won $29,000. That's what an overachiever I am.
You won
Always,
$29,000.
Yes.
What?
Yes, with Lois Nettleton, who was an actress, and she's great. She was great. And but it allowed me to quit my regular job and become a stand-up comedian. So I owe it all to Dick Clark and Lois Nettleton.
I actually think you'd be a very good game show host.
You would.
You know what? That was actually my goal. If I didn't become a director, I wanted to be a game show host.
You
I
could do
don't see.
both.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see the two as
Everyone.
mutually exclusive.
Right?
TV, you know?
Yeah, I could see you
I
taking
could
on.
totally see.
But I want the
you
long
doing
mic,
that.
the long 70s mic.
Of course you do.
Of course you. I mean, look
Yeah.
at this. He's always impeccably dressed.
Yeah, of course.
What? Oh my God. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You are allowed.
To do it all.
You are allowed. Nobody will show you more than Kerry Washington that you are allowed to multitask because you've recently directed an episode of Reasonable Doubt, which is a show. It's absolutely brilliant. You also exec produced the show. Did Paul give you any interesting directing advice?
You know, I did not follow Paul's greatest advice. So Paul tells this amazing story of that directing is like being the captain of a ship. And if he walked onto a ship and the captain was in sweatpants, he would walk off the ship,
Yes.
which is why he dresses like this every single day on set. It's amazing and so inspiring. Every time I direct, I'm in sweats.
Yeah.
When I heard that story, I thought, oh no. I mean, I'm from the Bronx, so they're fancy sweats.
Sure.
They're like great sweats with like dope sneakers. And like, so I hope there's some comfort. But I was like, oh no, I'm failing in the Paul.
Well, I don't think you
School
are. I think it's
directing.
because a lot of the time that you're on a set,
Yes.
you've had to go through costume and makeup and all of
That's
those
what
things.
it
Whereas
is.
actually,
Yeah.
I actually think it
That's
makes
what it
complete sense
is.
to me that you would want to.
I'm having a different
feel
version of me.
different.
I don't want to be
Yes.
the glam version.
Exactly.
I want everybody to know I'm like a worker among workers.
you're
I'm in
in
the
the team with them.
trenches.
Yeah.
Yes. Brilliant.
That's what I think that is.
Okay, I let me off
You're
the hook.
excused. You're
Okay,
excused.
thank
You're
you.
when did it start, Paul? This incredible bespoke.
He's
wear
never
that you-
repeated an outfit. I've never seen him repeat an outfit.
It's very
This
sad.
is the second outfit he's had on this show tonight. you were wearing this when
That's
I saw
right,
you
with
in
like
the
a
dressing
spider
room.
Yes.
thing.
Then you got changed for the check-in
My
and
smoking
got
jacket,
changed
yeah.
again.
Yeah, well, that's how we do it, James. It's showbiz.
No wonder the Royals love him.
No, I started back in, I was probably like 8 years old when I got my first three-piece suit. My mom took me to the fancy mall. I got this three-piece Pierre Cardin suit. My father was so upset because not so much about the suit. He said, he's going to grow out of it in 3 months.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. I looked like a ventriloquist dummy walking around. But at the same time, what a great 3 months it was, and I loved that
Oh,
suit.
my
So I just love,
goodness.
I don't know, I love suits.
Always impeccable, and I think it's what's going to really make the game show pop.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Do you know what? I haven't got a long mic, but why don't you take us to break, Paul, in your best game show? Straight down lens, the camera 2 right there. Go on, give it to us.
Everybody stick around. We'll be more with, oh, shoot.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You got nervous.
Forget it.
I can
Okay.
still direct,
Take
exactly.
Two. Take two.
All right. Stick around with more with these two when we come back. Hey.